Picture this: New York City, late 1800s, streets teeming with people, horses, and the occasional runaway cabbage. Getting around was a gamble. You could hop on a horse-drawn omnibus, praying the driver wasn't 3 sheets to the wind, or brave the L, an elevated train that showered soot on unsuspecting pedestrians below. But the real adventure? That was just squeezing onto a streetcar. Imagine a sardine can with less personal space. Tempers flared, elbows flew, and if you were lucky, you might escape with only a mild case of pickpocket. It's no wonder New Yorkers started yearning for a better way to travel. Little did they know, a revolution was about to rumble beneath their feet. The year is 1904. Excitement hangs in the air, thicker than the coal smoke above. After years of planning, digging, and countless cups of coffee, the first stretch of the New York City subway is ready for its grand debut. On October 27th, a wave of curious citizens, dignitaries in top hats, and at least one confused pigeon cram into the gleaming new subway cars. At precisely 2:35 p.m., the train lurches forward. The crowd erupts in cheers. The subway, once a fantastical dream, is now a rumbling reality. This underground marvel, stretching a mere 9 miles, was just the beginning. It was the spark that ignited a transportation revolution. From navigating treacherous underground rivers to dealing with skeptical landlords convinced their buildings would collapse, the construction was a testament to human ingenuity and a whole lot of dynamite. And with each passing station, the subway began to weave itself into the very fabric of New York City life. Building a subway under a bustling city like New York was no mean feat. It was like performing open-heart surgery on a marathon runner while they were running. Engineers faced a dizzying array of obstacles, from bedrock harder than a landlord's heart to a labyrinth of pipes, sewers, and who knows what else lurking beneath the streets. One of the biggest headaches, figuring out how to dig tunnels without collapsing the city above. Their solution? A marvel of engineering known as the cut-and-cover method. Imagine this: streets torn open, trenches dug, and then, like a giant jigsaw puzzle, sections of pre-built tunnel lowered in. Talk about urban Tetris! Then there was the issue of ventilation. Packing thousands of people underground could quickly turn a commute into a sauna session. The solution? Massive fans, strategically placed to keep the air moving. And let's not forget the iconic subway tiles. It's these ingenious solutions and attention to detail that make the New York City subway more than just a transportation system. It's a testament to human ingenuity. As the subway system grew, so did the need for an efficient fare collection system. Enter the token, that small metal disc that became a symbol of the New York City subway. First introduced in 1953, tokens replaced the previous system of paper tickets, which were about as durable as a politician's promise. These little guys were a godsend for both riders and the transit authority. No more fumbling with flimsy tickets or worrying about them disintegrating in your pocket. The token was king. That is, until the Metro card came along in the 1990s, but that's a story for another time. But before you could toss your token and ride, you had to contend with another innovation, the turnstile. These mechanical gatekeepers, introduced in the 1920s, put an end to fare dodging and ensured everyone paid their dues. The introduction of tokens and turnstiles marked a significant shift in the subway's history. By the 1970s, the New York City subway had fallen on hard times. Years of neglect had taken their toll. Graffiti covered the cars like an urban tapestry, crime was rampant, and delays were more common than a politician changing their mind. Riding the subway was an adventure, and not always the good kind. But like a true New Yorker, the subway was down, but not out. The 1980s and 1990s saw a renewed focus on cleaning up the system. The city implemented a massive graffiti removal program, increased police presence, and invested in much-needed repairs. Slowly but surely, the subway began to shed its gritty reputation. Stations got a facelift, with brighter lighting and public art installations replacing the gloom. The subway was transforming from a symbol of urban decay into a source of civic pride. The renaissance of the subway wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about reclaiming a vital part of the city's identity. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the 21st century brought a wave of technological advancements to the New York City subway. Gone are the days of relying solely on the trusty old subway map, though we still have a soft spot for those colorful grids. Now, we've got digital screens displaying arrival times, mobile apps that let you swipe your way through the turnstiles, and even countdown clocks that tell you exactly when the next train will arrive. The MTA is constantly exploring new ways to improve the subway, from testing out new signaling systems to experimenting with renewable energy sources. They're even looking into ways to make the subway faster, which, let's be honest, would be a miracle worthy of its own Broadway show. And who knows what the future holds? Maybe we'll have driverless trains zipping us across town, or perhaps we'll be beamed directly to our destinations, Star Trek style. One thing's for sure, the New York City subway is constantly evolving, embracing new technologies to keep pace with the ever-changing needs of the city it serves. So next time you're zipping beneath the streets of New York, take a moment to appreciate the history and innovation that went into creating this underground marvel. The New York City subway is more than just a transportation system. It's the lifeblood of the city. It connects people from all walks of life, from Wall Street bankers to struggling artists, from wide-eyed tourists to lifelong New Yorkers. It's a melting pot on wheels, a place where cultures collide and stories unfold. Imagine this, a young musician heading to a gig in Brooklyn, her guitar case bumping against the legs of a businessman reading the Wall Street Journal. A group of friends laughing on their way to a Yankees game, their cheers echoing through the car. A tired mother rocking her baby to sleep, finding a moment of peace amidst the chaos. These are the everyday moments that make the subway such a vibrant tapestry of city life. The subway is also a lifeline for the city's economy. Without it, the city would grind to a halt. The New York City subway isn't just about steel, concrete, and screeching brakes. It's also a place of unexpected encounters, quirky characters, and urban legends whispered from platform to platform. Take, for instance, the tale of the Mole People, a rumored community living in abandoned subway tunnels. While the reality is likely less dramatic, the legend persists, adding a touch of mystery to the subterranean world. Then there's the music. From mariachi bands to breakdancers, the subway is a stage for aspiring artists hoping to strike a chord or a beat with commuters. Some performances are surprisingly good, while others, well, let's just say they add to the subway's unique ambience. And let's not forget the quirky characters. There's the subway Shakespeare, who recites sonnets for spare change. The Candyman, who sells sweets from a makeshift stand. These stories, legends, and characters are a reminder that the subway is more than just a mode of transportation. So, what does the future hold for the New York City subway? Will we be zipping around in pneumatic tubes like something out of Futurama? Or maybe teleporting from station to station? Hey, a commuter can dream, right? While we don't have a crystal ball or a time-traveling train, we can make a few educated guesses. For starters, expect technology to play an even bigger role. Think advanced signaling systems that reduce delays, interactive maps that guide you to your destination with pinpoint accuracy, and maybe even personalized climate control in each car. Hey, if we can put a man on the moon, surely we can make a subway ride more comfortable. Speaking of comfort, imagine wider seats, more legroom, and maybe even charging stations for all our devices. And how about some entertainment? Interactive games projected on the walls, perhaps? Or virtual reality tours of the city above? The possibilities are endless, but no matter how futuristic the subway becomes, one thing will always remain the same: its vital role in connecting New Yorkers to their city. So, buckle up, commuters of the future. The ride's about to get even more interesting.